So what'd you think about that, Sue?
That was cool.
Was that not cool? Oh man, I'm fixing to cough. Hold on. Hello, everybody. First off, I'd like to thank Mocking Media for that intro that he did. I love it. It just captured everything about After Dark. So I loved
Right.
it. I love it. Hey, Grace Case. Good to see you, hon. How are you doing today? Sheil, I know you're feeling a little bit under the weather. I hope you'll start feeling better, you know, soon. I
Yeah.
think Sue has been under the weather today, not feeling 100%. And but we're here and we're gonna go after it. So um, we don't have a lot in here yet, but Sue and I, the first thing that really we wanted to touch base on and talk about was um, another creator that we both used to be associated with did his first live today. And I think that I don't know if Sue was mentioned in that live. I do know from somebody telling me, I didn't watch it, that myself and then Linda were both mentioned in it. The only thing I'm going to say on that is Sue and I are just not going to be, what do you call it, going back and forth with them anymore because it's not
Nope.
good for either one of us, right, Sue?
Nope.
So
No.
yeah, yeah, and it just it's so negative. So if they want to keep doing that, that's fine. But we're just not going to engage them anymore. How's that?
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
what'd you do today, Sue? I heard you went to the grocery store. You
Well,
got
I
out a little
did.
bit.
Yeah, I painted some parts on the deck that we missed.
Yeah.
That didn't last very long because it's too hot. We were. It was like 85 at like 9 o'clock this morning.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I got to get out here and get it done before it gets too hot. Well, it was already too hot, so I just got it done. But my husband's like, nope, you're done.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
don't blame him.
I
You
said, well,
know.
I'll just take a little break. And then he goes, nope, you're done. So um, then I went to the grocery store
Right.
later, which
Yeah.
I hate the grocery store. Um, I do.
Yeah.
Well, I worked grocery for 20 years. And so even though I haven't worked for a while, I hate the grocery store. And that just
Yeah.
putting me in a grocery store made me hate it even more. So, but anyway, I did that. And
Yeah.
then just kind of, just because I just
Okay.
wasn't feeling very well today. Just kind of, I don't know. You and I talked about it. It might be the weather. It was really
Yeah.
hot today, but we had a huge thunderstorm, and then of course the rain hit, and it could be part of that too. So
Could be, could be. Getting out in this heat like that, and you just getting out of the hospital for
yes,
those mini strokes was probably not the best idea. So
yeah. So I just did like a half hour outside this morning, and
yeah, yeah.
I stayed inside.
Good for hubby. Yay! Yes,
Oh
Grace
yeah.
Case. Good call, hubby. Hubby
Yep.
did a good call.
Yeah, yeah. He's always so. I'm on a blood thinner, so um,
Yeah.
so working grocery, I always had box knives. Well, I always come home with a band-aid here, a band-aid there, 'cause I cut myself.
Right.
So when he put me on the blood thinner, he goes, "No box knife at all,
Right. Yeah.
whatsoever."
Yeah. I mean, that wouldn't be good. So
Yeah. So
you
then
know.
when they took me off the blood thinner, I said, "I'm off." He goes, "It's still in your system. You got to wait." And then they
Yeah.
put me back on it. So I never did get to use a box knife again.
Huh. I always wondered about women. Maybe not so much our age, but younger women that still had not went into menopause yet.
Uh huh.
How they could be on a blood thinner, that just didn't compute with me real well. But I
Yeah,
guess
I don't know.
well, that cycle is different, I guess, than cutting
Yeah.
yourself.
I was
So,
put into menopause at 28 years old. So
oh my
I had a
goodness,
hysterectomy at 28.
oh my
So
gosh,
yeah.
yeah,
So I
oh
yeah, young.
Yeah,
Very young.
real young.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
young, young,
yeah.
young. Oh
So
well.
I had my 2 kids, and then that's it. I had to have it just because of cyst on my ovaries,
Right.
and so, and I wasn't gonna have any more. Um, I was lucky to have the 2 I did because I only had 3/4 of my ovary to start with, so
Wow.
got my 2, and I'm like, "Get rid of it."
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
done.
I hear you.
Got my
I hear you.
done.
But I've always heard that it was hard going, not just the surgery itself, but even after you recover from the surgery itself, that it's kind of hard adjusting to, you know.
I didn't have any issues.
Did you
Yeah.
not? So you didn't have
Nuh-uh.
to take any kind of
I did for a while,
yeah.
and then when I was diagnosed with the neurofibromatosis, they took me complete. I was on a very low dose anyway,
Yeah.
but me off because it the birth control, it helps the tumors
Uh-huh.
grow sometimes.
Yeah.
So any hormonal, you know, hormone replacement, they take you off. So
Right.
they took me off of it, what, in 2009. So yeah,
Gotcha.
but I never had any issue really. But they tell you that you went through menopause, you're not going to have hot flashes. That's a
Oh,
lie.
yeah. I would imagine.
I was put, like I said, put through menopause at 28 because I lost everything. I mean, I still get them, but
Yeah.
oh, the hot, and they're like, I mean, I could be in the office at work and they're going, oh, she's going to have a hot flash. You could just, it climb from my neck up and go, and my face get all red. I'm like, give me the fan. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
if they tell you you're not going to have hot flashes, I don't believe them.
Yeah. I hate hot flashes, but
Oh, they're horrible.
um so anyway, today is Mayhem Monday, and we've got a lot to talk about tonight. I guess we will start off with what's been going on since Saturday with the assassination attempt on former President Trump. Um, we now know about the shooter, and we know that his name was Thomas Matthew Crooks, 20 years old, from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. We know that he worked in the dietary at a nursing home. He was described as an outcast. He had been bullied a lot. He was real quiet, and he graduated in 2022. Not that we want to give him a lot of what do you call it, presents, but
Yes.
that's who it was. And I think I know that last night they still couldn't get into his cell phone.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, they had it
Huh.
at Quantico, I guess. Is that? I think that's maybe where I heard
Wow.
they had,
Huh.
or somewhere. But anyway, even if I don't if it was FBI or if it was Secret Service, whoever it was, they couldn't get into his cell phone. And so the only thing I could really think of was that if it's an Apple phone, um, I think you have to get a subpoena, or you give a
They might
subpoena
have to.
or
Well,
whatever
they
to
have to get a
Apple.
warrant. They have to
Yeah,
get a warrant. Yeah, they'll
yeah,
probably have to get a warrant. I mean, they have
right,
to get the phone anyway, I guess.
yeah,
But yeah, I did. The only thing, like I told you, I don't watch the news.
right.
Um, I did see, or no, hear that he had about a week prior to this had bought 100 rounds of ammunition.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I did hear that.
I hadn't heard that, but I do know
Yeah.
that the gun was legally purchased by his father. So,
Okay.
yeah, and I
Yeah, I
think
didn't know.
he lived with his parents, as a matter of fact.
Well, 20
So,
years old. Yeah,
yeah.
probably.
I mean, I thought about that for a minute because, like, my oldest grandson will be 18 years old
Wow.
in January, and so I was thinking, and I even asked Will. I was like, would anything like that ever be on your mind? And he was like, no, Mama, I'm worried about college. He's got a girlfriend. He's playing football, so I
Yeah.
don't know if it's, I don't know. They just don't know what caused him, to do that. Um, I also, well, actually, my daughter told me just about 30 minutes ago because she's had it on ever since it happened on Fox News. And of course, she works, but when she got in from work, she turned it on there and she had heard that from the time authorities were alerted till until they took out, the shooter, that there was 23 minutes.
Wow.
23, yeah. From the time they were alerted that he was up there on that roof with a gun, it was 23 minutes until they took him out. How much sense does that make? That's a big failure somewhere. And I've also heard
Right.
today that I guess the director or whatever of the Secret Service, I think she's a female. I don't have her name written down, but that her job is on the line, you know, um, because it was just a massive fail on the planning or whatever. I mean, it's well, and then again too, I know how the news is, so we'll just have to keep listening to it. Um, Another thing that we were going to cover just a minute. They have also released the name of the victims, and this is Corey Compouture, I think's how you pronounce his name. 50 years old. He was the one that jumped over to cover his wife and two daughters that were in attendance with him at the event.
Yes.
Um, so he, um, I guess took rounds and he passed there at he was dead by the time they got to him, which is horrible. I
Yeah, he did.
Go ahead.
Died protecting his family. Yeah.
Yes, yes. He was a former uh, volunteer fireman, but I think also he was the fire chief. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
in his town where they lived. I think this was on his 50th birthday, was just recent. Um, I'm not sure if this is the daughter that has written the piece that I think she put on Twitter or somewhere. We're
Uh,
fixing to go over it, but this was on her 20th birthday.
yeah.
Um, and then we do have the piece here, and it was from Allison Compouture, and she said, yesterday time stopped, and when it started again, my family and I started living a real life nightmare. What was supposed to be an exciting day that we had all looked forward to, especially my dad, turned into the most traumatizing experience someone could imagine. I know the media will cover this event, and I'm going to try my best to stay away from looking at everything, which, I don't blame her at
Yeah,
all.
right.
You know,
Exactly.
yeah, especially because I've already seen and lived through it in real time, she said. But I want everyone to know what the media will not cover and will not say about him. He was the best dad a girl could ever ask for. My sister and I never needed for anything. You call, he would answer, and he would do whatever it is you needed. And if he didn't know how, he would figure out how. He could talk and make friends with everyone, which he was doing all day yesterday, meaning Saturday, and loved every minute of it. He is a man of God, loved Jesus fiercely, and also looked after our church and our members as family. The media will not tell you that he died a real life superhero. They are not going to tell you how quickly he threw my mom and I to the ground. They are not going to tell you that he shielded my body from the bullet that came at us. He loved his family. He truly loved us enough to take a real bullet for us. And I want nothing more than to cry on him and tell him thank you. I want nothing more than to wake up and this not be a reality for me and my family. We lost a selfless, loving husband, father, brother, uncle, son, and friend. And I will never stop thinking about him and mourning over him until the day that I die too. July 13th will forever be a day that changed my life. I will never be the same person. I was less than, it was less than 24 hours ago. There are a lot of children out there that say their dad is their hero, but my dad really is mine. I don't think I would be here today without him. Dad, I love you so much that there aren't enough words to express how deep that love goes. I know you'll give heaven some hell. I know that God is proud of the man that came to his gates yesterday. Um, and that was a beautiful tribute for that young girl to write to her dad, the day after all of
Yeah.
this happened. You think you have anything to say about it, Sue? It's just
It's just, yeah. It, I, I, I've seen this on a friend of mine's post on Facebook, and that's why I sent it to you.
right.
It's just because it's just, you don't always you don't hear of the heroes like this. You just hear
Right.
about the shooter, and that's why I
Yeah.
thought this would be good for tonight because we don't want to give him the credit, him the praise and the love and the prayers and everything in his family,
Right.
because he really
Yeah.
was a hero. Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
yeah.
I don't know if anybody knows this, but I guess former President Trump had his I think it was his press secretary or whatever to they have a GoFundMe and for the this family and then the two other victims, which
Oh,
were David Dutch from the Pennsylvania State Police. He was 57 years old and is in stable condition now. And the other victim was James Copenhaver, I believe. It's either Copenhaver or Copenhagen. He is
uh-huh.
74 years old.
Wow.
Um, Both of them are in stable condition, but I'm assuming are still in the hospital.
Yeah,
And
I'm sure.
that they put that up like Saturday evening or late Saturday night. That
Right.
GoFundMe authorized by former President Trump, and I looked at it early Sunday morning, and it already had over $750,000.
Wow.
And
Wow.
now I heard earlier that it's well over $1 million, and the goal was $1 million.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, and then also the biggest contributor that I saw on Sunday was Kid Rock, and he had
Bro, yeah, I seen that.
$50,000 that he contributed,
Yeah, I did see that.
for
I
these
s- I
families. Yeah,
didn't really, yeah, I didn't read the whole thing, but I seen it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes, Grace Case, it was a
Wow.
beautiful statement. Hey, Moby, glad to see you here. Um, so, that's, of course, now Trump had said he was going to wait a few days before going to the RNC, um, which he changed his mind and he arrived there late yesterday evening. And so I've watched bits and pieces of that just because, I watched the DNC as well. It's what's on, and it's important. I
Right.
feel like they're both important to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, but I don't know what's going to happen, with this investigation that they've got going on. I hope that
Yeah.
it sounds like some people are probably going to lose their jobs, which,
Yeah, kind of
if
sounds like
they,
it.
yeah, if they didn't do, if they didn't do what they were supposed to do to protect, the
Right. No
the
matter
leading
who is up
candidate,
there. Yeah.
yeah, on the Republican Party, then you know they need to be, um, they're responsible for that protection. I think that
Right.
the Secret Service is the one that's over it, and then them with the FBI, and then it drops down to state and local. So
Right.
anyway, there was a big flaw somewhere. It looks like I
Yeah.
said though, you're going to hear everything on the news, but I mean, even I, like after it happened, I was seeing interviews from people saying, we saw the guy, going up shimmying up the roof and stuff and
Yeah.
shimmying on there with that big gun flopping. And they were hollering at the authorities saying, look, this guy's up here and has got a gun, a big gun.
Yeah. I've
So,
seen a couple of those, yeah. It was
yeah, yeah,
crazy. And
yeah. I don't get it, but
some of them felt like,
yes, yes, Moby, a big, big flaw.
yeah,
That's so
a
true.
couple of them like it's like we were being ignored. It's like we weren't
Yeah,
saying that for the heck of it.
yeah. And then the
Yeah.
more the more you kept watching the news, like, late Saturday night, and then when I got up Sunday morning when I got up and I turned on the news, I was so mad, you know. I was
Yeah.
so angry because, this shouldn't have happened. It just
Yeah.
shouldn't have happened to anybody, to anybody. Um, uh, and then, so I don't know. We're just going to have to sit and wait and see what all these reports,
Yeah, it's
when
gonna
all
take
these
some
reports.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it sounds like they're getting a little bit closer. So,
Yeah.
all we can do is pray for the family of Corey Competor and then the other two victims, David Dutch and James Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Um, and hope that those two continue to recover and that the family of Corey Competor somehow finds, peace and, you
Right.
know, so, but anyway, it's a horrible thing. Um, oh, and there was also, this just popped in my mind. There is a picture that a photographer that was right there in the pit, down right below the stage there, right in the front, a
Right.
picture that he took that uh before Trump went down, the bullet whizzing right by his head and you can see the bullet. Um
Wow.
yeah, I mean it's circled, we probably wouldn't have ever noticed it beforehand, but they had it circled on the news that I was watching, and that's going to be a shot that you know he's he's also the one that took the photograph, that the one that they're calling will go down in history, when right before Trump started going down the steps, when he raised his fist, and pumped his fist. um so yeah, I'm sure that man's going to be well off for the rest of his life, you know, taking those pictures like that. But anyway, some other news this week was, and I was shocked with this one to learn of the passing of Jacoby Jones.
Yep.
Um, that he was only 40 years old, but he had retired from the NFL, and the last team that I guess he played with was the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and gosh, he is survived by his mother Emily and his son, also named Jacoby.
Yep.
Moby says people who say those are fake don't know about burst made burst ma- mode in photography. It's an amazing feature. Uh, yeah. So I didn't know about burst mode, but
Yeah, I
um,
didn't either. Yeah.
yeah, but I did see the pictures
Good,
today.
yeah, good information there. Yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
And yeah, Moby, it is sad about Jacoby Jones. I guess he just passed away in his sleep, and the last thing I saw, they still haven't. They still don't know what happened.
Yeah, they
Uh,
haven't said a cause of death yet. Yeah.
yeah, which I
I
would
just I'm
imagine that they have to do an autopsy. You think?
yeah,
You
I'm
think his
sure.
mom?
You know,
Yeah,
if he died in his sleep, yeah, that they will. I'm sure they
yeah.
will. Uh,
But it's
it
so
I
freaking
just
sad.
follow NFL. Yeah, I follow NFL, so I
I
I get
love the NFL.
notifications. I love
Yeah,
football. Football is my favorite.
yeah.
Who's your what team
What team is
for the
my
NFL?
favorite?
Yep.
You're gonna die because it's mine is the New England Patriots.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh. Okay, we can't be friends. Sorry.
oh
No, I'm
God!
kidding.
So who's yours?
Seattle Seahawks.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Hello,
yeah. I
Yep.
love NASCAR too, and
Oh, do you?
Casey Kane used to drive in NASCAR. He
Yep.
retired from NASCAR several years ago, but his favorite NFL team was the Seahawks too.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
he used to be my favorite driver.
I
So,
started watching them when I was in, well, when their expansion team in 1976.
wow.
Aging
Yeah.
myself, but you guys already know how old I am anyway. But
Right?
so I was in sixth grade. I went to my first Seahawks game. In
Really? Wow.
Yes, yeah, with my dad. Um, my dad is gone. He's been
Yeah.
gone for a while, but yeah, I
Uh,
went with my dad, and then later in life, the last not this last year, but the last 5 years, 6 years,
uh,
I worked for um, teams, the
uh,
team, different things. I helped with. I don't know if you remember Marshawn Lynch. I worked with his mom. With the chairman's mom. You know, we would do events and yeah, it was
oh,
really fun.
wow.
Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah,
I would
yeah,
imagine so. So,
yeah.
did you meet him?
Marshawn Lynch. Oh yeah, I've taken shots with him. So I was working in an event and we had a party for his mom
Uh,
and Earl Thomas's mom at this casino in Tacoma. And so we had to like it was like we had a private room and we had a room that people that bought tickets could come in, and so we could walk off the bar so they could go up and get their drinks. Well, Marshawn likes Hennessy,
yeah.
nasty. Anyway, so he's like, whoever's at the bar has to take a shot. I'm like, are you kidding me? I hate this stuff. But you know, anyway, took one for the team.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, it was really fun. So, I've met him a few times. There's a lot of players that I have met
Oh,
um,
wow.
just by doing different events and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and there's a couple players that are local hometown boys, that went to school by where I did. I mean, they're younger than me, but it's really cool. It's really fun. So,
Wow. So that's something to think about this coming season. Maybe talking about some games this season.
oh yeah,
That would be
oh
fun.
yeah.
And I'm a huge, of course, I'm a huge college fan too. Um,
Well, yeah, we're trying to. I mean, we did watch college football, you
yeah.
know, in the Pacific Northwest, but it's
Uh,
more NFL. Over here in the South,
yeah.
it's college.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
Yes,
well, my
ma'am.
college team's all in Seattle, so
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
So I could persuade you to become an Alabama fan.
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. They
Yeah.
might not like it here because they're all for the Gamecocks.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh my god, yeah. It,
Gamecocks.
my girlfriend that lives here now, that talked here, um, she got my son Gamecocks shirt for his birthday. So
Oh my gosh.
since we're living here, you gotta like it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it was funny.
Okay. So, the Gamecocks to me are like the Patriots are to you.
Yeah. Yep.
And Georgia is the same way. And
Uh,
Clemson. So I could go on and on and on about
well,
this,
the
but
Patriots aren't that bad anymore because Tom Brady's not there. So, you know.
yes, yeah,
But
that's true.
but
That's
it
true.
was that stupid Super Bowl. So
Yeah. With
yeah.
the flat
And,
ball, is that the one you're talking about?
oh, the one where freaking they didn't give Marshawn Lynch the ball and Russell Wilson threw it right. They were in the end zone anyway, and Russell Wilson threw it, and it got intercepted. They
Oh
should have just
well.
given it, yeah, just given it to Marshawn Lynch, and we would have won 2 Super Bowls in a row. But no,
Yeah, but that's a good game. I mean, granted, it wasn't good for you, but I mean that stuff
yeah,
like that makes for a really good ball game. So, but anyway, yeah, just remembering Jacoby Jones tonight, and I want to keep on top of that to find out, what caused his
yeah, yeah.
passing because and I used to pull for the Baltimore Ravens a while ago, so it's
Yeah,
been a while ago, and I also used to pull for the Dallas Cowboys, but I mean that's when I was like 20,
I think
so
everybody has always, there's in some point in their life like the Dallas Cowboys. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
I
So
remember growing up, and that was, the team.
yeah, they
But
used to be, but
yeah,
not so much anymore.
now they're horrible. Yeah,
Yeah, they're bad.
our old neighbor, really good friends of ours.
Uh,
Um, they were lived across the street from us before we moved. Before we moved from, he's a huge Dallas fan, so
wow,
we always give him a hard time.
I'm
And he
sure.
gives
Yeah,
us, yeah, he gives us a hard time. So,
like my son-in-law is an Auburn fan, so
oh,
yeah, but I mean, he's an Auburn fan just to say he's an Auburn fan. He doesn't watch football every weekend like I do,
oh, I
and
do. I,
I do too. I do too, and NASCAR. I'm a huge NASCAR fan as well.
my
But
husband didn't watch it really much either, but he's like, if I want to have my wife around
yeah,
on a
you just
Sunday, I need to start watching football.
right,
It
yeah,
was mine and my son's thing because just like baseball, uh, me and when we lived in Tacoma and Seattle, we went to as many Seattle Mariner games as we could, even though they sucked still. But they didn't
yeah,
back when we first, but we still watch them. Not as much today because when they're on at 7 o'clock
yeah.
in Seattle, it's 10 o'clock here,
Oh wow,
and
yeah,
I can't stay awake.
right,
He doesn't,
mm,
of course, he's got to get up at 5 o'clock to go to work, and so
right,
yeah, we only get to watch them on the weekends if they have an
yeah.
so
That makes
yeah,
sense. Anyway,
yeah,
so another um um
a lot of deaths this weekend.
yes,
To say,
Shannon Doherty. She
yep,
passed this past weekend as well, or it may have been Friday. I can't
yeah,
remember
she
for
was
sure what day.
63 or 50.
53, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she was diagnosed with breast cancer what years ago? Years
Years
ago.
ago, she's been battling this on and off
Yeah,
for years.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Now she had a mastectomy, didn't she?
I think
Years
so.
ago?
I
Yeah,
think so.
and then several years ago, her breast cancer had returned, and it was at a stage 4, when it had returned. And, as you all know, I think her very first thing that she was ever on was Little House on the Prairie. Um,
Yep,
yeah, for a while. And then, of course, what really brought her, her fame was Beverly Hills 90210.
yep.
Yeah, and she was on that for a while. And I know that you're a huge fan of Beverly Hills 90210.
Yes, I watched every episode.
Yeah,
I've seen it all. I
have you?
was. I was
Yeah.
that's a big. But
I didn't watch it that much, but I did watch Charmed a lot. Um,
yeah.
so that's how
Huh.
I came to know of
Yeah,
her.
I didn't get into that one.
Did you know it? I liked Charmed, but I'm sure if I went back now and watched all the episodes of Beverly Hills 90210, I'd probably like it. But it's sad, to watch stuff like that and know that they have passed.
Yeah, Luke Perry's gone. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
and
he was
so
on that. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, and which reminds me, I have to go have a mammogram tomorrow, so
yeah.
I'm dreading
I
it.
already had mine for the year, so I'm good.
Oh, I'm dreading it. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Um, being this is the thing though. So yeah, I'm 60 and I have never had a mammogram because I've always been so afraid to go have one.
Not
Um,
really.
yeah, because that's what took my paternal grandmother was
Oh,
breast cancer. So, but
good,
I'm going tomorrow. So,
good girl. Didn't
yep,
always do mine. Yeah,
right.
good girl. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm going. I dread it, but so I'm going at 12:30. So I'll let you know
Yeah.
when I get back. And then, of course, we had also lost Richard Simmons this
Yep.
past week. And, goodness,
He
hold
was
on.
76.
Yeah. Um,
Yep.
had to cough, excuse me. I remember watching him, you know,
He cracked me up. He was
in the
funny.
80s, like it was in the 80s, right?
Yep.
When he became so big. Yes, he cracked me up, but I can remember standing in front of the TV and working out with him because he
Yep.
was so motivating.
I had his VH
Did you?
tapes. Yes, I did. VHS.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he was still,
He
there were
was.
still things that he was doing. Um,
He just had his birthday.
yeah, his sister, I thought I had that written down somewhere. His sister had uh actually posted something on his Twitter,
Yeah.
asking people, not to mourn his death, to, praise the life that he had,
Yeah.
to remember the life that he had.
Right.
Um, but like I said, I while I was looking at stuff, I remember saying that there were still things that he was doing. So
Yeah.
it's just been a bad weekend. I mean, golly. Um, it's really just been terrible, a terrible weekend. There were also here in Alabama, in Birmingham, which is about I guess maybe 70 miles or east of me. Um, there were two shootings on Saturday night, and um, they held a press conference yesterday. The mayor and the police chief did. Um, uh, one of it left 7 people dead and 10 injured in the two shootings, and they were targeted shootings. They
Wow.
have not, yeah, um, caught the perps yet. Um,
Oh, really?
no, the first shooting was around 5:20 on Saturday night, and there
Right.
was a car accident when they got there. A car accident, and upon arrival, the officers found a wrecked vehicle in the front yard of a home. Inside, they found the bodies of 3 people: Landon Brooks, who was 5 years old; uh, Arkina Berry, who was 28; and Eric Ashley, who was 28. Um, and police said that Brooks was Berry's son and that Ashley may have been her boyfriend, and they still have no one in custody at that one. But there was a car, and they all 3 got shot. So who
Wow.
shoots a 2-year-old? I mean, a 5-year-old. I just, ugh, that makes me mad. And the second shooting was around 11 p.m. Saturday night. Uh, multiple people were shot at a nightclub. It was
Wow.
an event center, but they were having a birthday party.
Oh
Um,
no.
yeah, there was somebody had shot from a car going, down the road and killed a 39-year-old Birmingham man. And then when they went inside, I guess somebody had been inside shooting as well. There was a 39-year-old and a 56-year-old, and then a 24-year-old that passed on the scene there. So they're
Wow.
still looking for these people. They have, uh, I guess they don't really, at this point, have any idea of who those, the shooters were, but they're
Right.
asking family, friends, or strangers to not give them safe harbor and don't protect them. Um,
Right.
so, I'm just thinking, wow, and mass shootings, they happen every day,
Yeah.
um, every single day here in the United States, which is, I don't
Horrible.
understand. Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Oh, and Shield said that Shelley
Yes.
Duvall had passed
Yes.
away on July the 11th. Now, okay,
She passed.
Shelley,
Also, Dr. Ruth, remember her?
yes,
She
yes,
passed away.
yes, yes, I
Uh,
loved
Shelley Duvall
her.
was, yeah, Shelley Duvall was 75.
Uh, And
Yeah.
what was she was an actress, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
she was a co-star in the movie The Shining.
Okay.
Uh,
Was she not in the Poseidon Adventure, or
and
who am I thinking of?
I'm looking that
Maybe
up.
not. Maybe not. Um
She died in her sleep.
oh wow.
Complications. Yeah, complications of diabetes.
Oh,
Yeah,
diabetes. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. That's another hard disease to manage, you know.
Oh, she also played uh, Olive Oil in
Oh,
the Robin Williams comedy
oh,
Popeye. Yeah,
wow.
yeah, yep,
Oh, that's another actor. I loved him too, man.
yes, yep.
His passing was so shocking to me.
Yeah,
So
I didn't.
sad and so shocking. And then, oh, Dr. Ruth. I used to love listening to her. Oh
She
my
cried me
God.
up. She she was
Yes.
so funny.
Yes, she was funny. You know,
I
who
know.
who does that?
I know. She cracked me up.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
She was hilarious. So,
yeah, yes,
she
she was.
could have been a comedian. But
Oh, I
I mean,
know. I
yeah.
know.
It's just some of these folks that you think are never going to pass, and when they do, you're like, "What? Wait, what?" And then
Yeah,
you
I
go
know.
look and you realize, "Oh, well, they're not 40 anymore or
I
whatever."
know.
I
I know.
keep forgetting that people age.
I
So,
do that for some, and I'm just like,
mhm.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it talking about. So I was talking to my niece. We talk like almost every day since I moved.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so her birthday was today, and
Oh,
she
happy
turned four.
birthday.
She turned 40,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, you know what? When you born, I go, just think about this. I was, I was 20, and your uncle
Wow.
Keith was 19. And she goes, oh my God, I never thought of that. To think about, how old you guys, it in
Right.
that perspective. She goes, oh my gosh. I go, yeah,
Yeah. Then she starts adding up the numbers and she's like,
I
"Oh my
know.
gosh, I can't believe you're X amount of
I,
years old." I'm
yep.
the same way.
I was 20 years old when you were born, girl.
Oh my
She was like,
gosh.
I can't believe it. You're just auntie. That's it. I don't think of
Right.
your age. You're just
Right.
auntie. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm I the biggest birthday that I struggled with the worst was when I turned 30 years old. I mean, Lord,
Mine was 32. Mine,
I
that was
had the
mine too.
hardest time with that. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I did
And
too.
and so now I'm sitting here thinking, here in a few months, in October, my oldest son is going to turn 40 years old.
God, yeah, isn't
Yes.
that crazy?
Yes.
So, like,
Yes.
my niece, her birthday was say her brother's would have been Friday. He's passed away. Uh,
Mm.
he would have been 42, and so I used to call him and would say, "Chris, how old are you?" Well, I'm 38, whatever. He's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because you were born the year I graduated from high school." And that's how I can remember how long I've been out of high
Wow,
school.
my
So as long,
God.
you know, and I go, now that he's passed away, I don't have that person to call, and say that. So I
Right.
call my niece. I go, Jenny, you're it now, because then I could just have to, add 2 years.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah. It can be.
Yeah.
Grace Case said her when she turned 30, it was awful too.
Yeah. It was
I
really
wonder what it
bad.
is with women in 30,
I know
I
my
guess it's
husband's,
because you're not 20 something anymore.
it must be 'cause my husband's worst one was
Was
he had
what?
a hard time with 40 when he turned 40. He just did not want to turn 40.
Huh. I
Yeah.
haven't had a problem with 40 or 50 or 60. Um,
I didn't have a I was in Hawaii though, so I was
oh
like,
my God.
I don't care. Yeah, my husband took me to Hawaii. Did. Uh,
I wouldn't
and
have had a
it,
problem with anything if I'd have
ne-
been in Hawaii,
yeah,
period.
and we took my
Yeah.
mom. My mom was with us too, so
Oh,
it was really fun. We had
I bet.
she had the last time she had been in Hawaii was 1964, before I was born. Right
Wow.
after I was born, she went. Sorry,
So
she
see,
went
I've
in
never been.
'63 before I was born. Um, so she hadn't been there for so long. So we didn't take her back to Waikiki because that's where she was. That's where my dad was because he was
Uh-huh.
stationed, or he something with the military there. So, but we did take her to Maui, and she just was in heaven. She loved it. She says, "Don't worry about me. If I can find the pool, I'm good." And she says, "You
Right.
guys can go do whatever you want."
I've always wanted to go to Hawaii or Alaska. Um, and I've always wanted to go whale watching.
Oh
Man,
yeah, that is so
mm,
cool.
yes, I've always wanted to do
We
that.
My husband picked Hawaii because that's where his mom wanted to go. Had always wanted to go, never. His mom passed when she was 50, so she was
Oh my
young.
goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
she was young.
my daughter was our daughter. Her first grandchild was only a year old. So
Mm,
Hawaii always stuck in, and we were going to try and go for our 25th, but it didn't happen. So we went on our 26th to Hawaii on our 26th wedding
wow.
anniversary.
Right.
So we had went to Hawaii.
Uh,
He left a picture of her there in Hawaii.
oh,
We took it, made pictures we had, and so just like a little wallet size one.
uh-huh.
And so then we just ended up staying there every year and we went for like 6 years, so it was really fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Golly. The next time you go, you need to take me.
yeah.
Just
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
Just saying.
Our
I'll just
last,
like climb in a suitcase or something.
yeah, yeah. Well, we used to do the camping stuff, kids.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, so we did all that. And
Right.
then it's like, when Nick got older, I'm like, this is bull. I'm done sleeping in a tent because that's what
Uh-huh.
I loved it. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I love tent camping. But I'm like, yeah. So once we started going on our own and we were
Yeah.
staying in hotels or, timeshares or whatever, I was like, I ain't never
Wow.
sleeping in a tent again.
Okay.
So,
So I used to like camping too, but as I got
God,
older, I liked glamping. So, you
yes.
know,
Yeah, I mean, we had those big blow up air mattresses.
yeah,
Not when the kids were little, we had just the little easy ones that just always, you ended up on the ground anyway.
right.
And then older, we got the big nice ones, but no, I'm not sleeping on those anymore.
Yeah,
I
I
had to,
mean they're kind of
yeah,
rough,
I had to sleep
So,
on one when we moved in here for about a week or so till we got everything set up.
Right.
And I'm like, but he went and got really
Mm.
nice ones, you know. When
Yeah.
we first got here, the day we got here, he went and got some, so it was nice.
Yeah.
But
Did you have all your stuff?
our truck came a day later, the next day.
Oh, okay. So
So
you were
my
able to
girlfriend,
have your bed and stuff.
yeah. So my girlfriend that lived here, she brought over like, okay, so I brought my coffee pot in the car with me
Right.
because
Yeah.
I'm like, I am not. That is one thing I'm not gonna have. And so she brought over coffee, creamer, and all this stuff, and the day when we did our when we went and closed, she brought all that stuff over. Brought us over pillows, blankets, um, air mattresses,
Wow.
everything. So because she knew we wouldn't have our truck the first night, so she
Yeah.
brought all that stuff over here. Toilet
Wow.
paper, yeah,
Yes, that's an essential. You know.
because she knew we weren't getting our truck till the next day. So
Yeah. If you've got a coffee pot, coffee and creamer and sugar, I
oh
use
yeah,
sugar in my coffee too.
I mean it's
And
not like
toilet
there's a
paper, and your phone, you'll be
yeah,
good.
yeah.
So,
So it's nice.
right.
Yeah,
Okay, so we have been talking about some pretty depressing
yeah.
stuff. I do have something I'm going to show here in a minute. It's kind of if I can remember how to share screen. But one thing I do want to talk about is on Wednesday. Of course, we're going to continue with oh my goodness, what do we call it? With true crime series, and
Uh-huh.
I'm torn between. Sheil had given me a story to look over, and I've looked over it, and then I also I want to start the women that are on death row, and there's like 53 women that are currently on
Right.
death row in the United States. So I'll just talk to y'all about it later and see. But it'll be one or the other on Wednesday night,
Okay.
and then but let me see if I can remember how to share a screen. And see. So here we go. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, this is just something that I found was kind of funny. I did put it. Can you see it, Sue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did put it in the description, but the one I put in the description is the one I copy and pasted up here, but it's a completely different video. So
Oh.
anyway, this is just some pets, some animals, and some funnies, and I thought it would be, a little palate cleanser. Don't know what that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
This is so funny.
What is that?
It's a head. No,
One for you, one for me. We live in a
I
give and
forgot
take
what they
world.
call them. This is so cute.
I have a dog like that with his head in a box of vanilla wafers.
Right. Yeah.
Finding someone who speaks your weird language, like, where have you been all my life, bro?
Oh my gosh.
2 thumbs up for a brown bear's new hat. It goes well with his outfit, right?
That one's not very funny, but it's cute.
Yeah.
This is funny. This is
Me,
so
after
funny.
bringing one proposal to the meeting, and my boss said no.
What's this?
Oh Jesus.
Oh,
my
this is
God.
funny.
Oh. That is so. Oh, that's hilarious.
I guess that cat had been sleeping there.
Yeah.
they're broken.
When it comes to the jungle fashion show, watch out for fashionistas. He's the one to beat.
I'm gonna,
Orangutan.
what is that, an orangutan? No, to do that.
Yes.
For real, this might be the best doggo skill I ever seen.
Oh, Joe.
Being in front of your crush is not easy peasy. Ask Kitty.
Oh my god. That was funny.
Bruh.
Hunger strikes and your human plays hide and seek. He's gotta be kidding me.
That's funny.
Real footage of my friend as a food reviewer.
Ah.
Another day in the chicken town until spotting this imposter. Mr. Owl be like, is it true that you have 9 lives, buddy? Tell me.
Oh my gosh.
Pig.
Who needs
Oh.
coffee when you have a piglet on turbo mode?
Yeah, no. I wouldn't have a pig in my house, I don't think.
This doggo be like, why are they discussing boys instead of balls? Diet days get worse when your friend's cheat day is right in front of you. Moving day is tough for
Oh
everyone.
no.
Even Doggo agrees.
So funny.
Determined.
Oh my gosh.
This should be open because it's civil rights. This is the 90s.
Right. It's not. You're in the wrong decade.
Oh jeez.
Guess who are big fans of The Kiss by Pooch Casso?
Oh my god.
Chicos,
Uno que suelte, che.
qué asco.
Si están discutiendo la pelota firmemente.
Move over, amateurs. She's strutting for America's Next Top Model.
Oh jeez. I love pigs.
Holy cow, look at that pig.
Ow.
Pretty sure your pup thinks your sleeve is a mini tug of war game.
Why is she so?
Turns out, no instrument needed. He knows exactly how to make music. This parrot is me leaving work on a Friday afternoon.
Those are clackers. Reminds me of those clackers that Alice
Yeah.
showed the other day. Okay, anyway, that was just, I mean, this thing is like 10 minutes long, so
So cute. I think those
yeah.
are funny.
I like stuff like that. Anyway,
should do that
I
with
hate
all-
to stop sharing.
Funny videos I have of my dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, if you've got some for real. I
Yeah.
just thought that was cute, you know, and it was a way to end this stream tonight, so we didn't leave
Yeah,
on a
that was good. That was
a
funny.
negative note. But I'm glad everybody that was here. I thank you all. Moby, I was so glad to see her. I hadn't seen Moby in a minute or
Yeah.
two. And then Grace Case, one of our new moderators, and Mousy Files too, but she had some problems at home. today, or
Yeah.
today. So with some electrical issues. So hopefully she's getting those fixed. But
Yes.
anyway, we're so glad everybody joined us tonight. Sue, your closing thoughts?
Thank you for everyone for being here. We appreciate it. And we will, have a rest of the week, next couple days.
Right.
Yeah.
And we will see everybody
She'll
on
get better.
Wednesday night. Yes.
Yes.
She'll get better. And I guess we will see everybody on Wednesday night for True Crime
Yes.
Night.
Right on.
And y'all have a good night. Sue, you have a good night.
You have a good night too.
All
Alrighty.
right. See y'all Wednesday.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.